Good evening, friend. My name is Simanjuntak with NIM 212406005. Um, I want to explain you about our artificial intelligence theory, that supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Introduction. Within artificial intelligence or AI and machine learning, there are two basic approaches: supervised learning and unsupervised learning. The main difference is one uses labeled data to help predict outcomes, while the other does not. However, there are some nuances between the two approaches and key areas in which one outperforms the others. This post will clarify the difference so you can choose the best approach for your situation. What is supervised learning? Supervised learning is a type of machine learning algorithm in which an AI model is trained on a labeled dataset. In supervised learning, the dataset consists of input data or features and corresponding output labels. The goal of supervised learning is to teach the model to map to the input data to correct output labels. The process of supervised learning includes two main steps: training and inference. During the training phase, the model is presented with a set of labeled examples and learn to identify patterns or relationship between the input feature and the output labels. The model adjusts its internal parameter based on the input-output pairs to minimize the difference between predicate outputs and the actual labels. Types of problem when data mining is supervised learning. Supervised learning can be separated into two types of problem when data mining: classification and regression. Classification problem use an algorithm to accurately assign test data into specific categories, such as separating apples from orange, and random forests are all common types of classification algorithms. 2. Regression. Regression is another type of supervised learning method that uses an algorithm to understand the relationship between dependent and independent variables. Regression models are helpful for predicting numerical values based on different data points. Example of supervised learning. There are many examples of supervised learning. Here are a few common examples. 1. Example: email spam detection. 2. Image classification. 3. Sentiment analysis. 4. Medical diagnosis. 5. Stock price prediction. What is unsupervised learning? Unsupervised learning is a type of machine learning where the AI model is trained on unlabeled data. Unlike supervised learning, unsupervised learning does not have access to explicit output labels or correct answer during the training process. Instead, the model must find patterns, structure, or relationship in input data on its own. The goal of unsupervised learning is to discover hidden patterns or insight within the data. It allows the model to learn the underlying structure or distribution of the data without any predefined labels. Unsupervised learning algorithms are often used for exploratory data analysis, data visualization, clustering, and dimensionality reduction. Unsupervised learning models are used for the three main tasks: clustering, association, and dimensionality reduction. Clustering is a data mining technique for grouping unlabeled data based on their similarities or differences. For example, k-means clustering algorithms assign similar data points into groups where the k-value represents the size of the grouping and granularity. This technique is helpful for market segmentation image comparison. 2. Association. Association is another type of unsupervised learning method that use different rules to find relationship between variables in a given dataset. These methods are frequently used for market basket analysis and recommendation engines. Along the lines of customer who bought this item also bought recommendations. Dimensionality reduction is a learning technique used when the number of features or dimensions in a given dataset is too high. It reduces the number of data inputs to manageable size while also preserving the data integrity. Often this technique is used in the pre-processing data stage, such as when autoencoders remove noise from visual data to improve picture quality. Email spam detection. In this example, the goal is to classify email as either spam or not spam. The model is trained on a dataset of labeled emails, where each email is associated with the correct label or spam or not spam. The model learns to identify patterns in this email content, sender information, and other features to predict whether new unseen emails are spam or not. Image classification. Image classification involves assigning of label to an image based on its content. For instance, given a dataset of images with labeled categories, e.g. cats, dogs, birds, a supervised learning model can be trained to recognize and classify different types of images. The model learns to extract relevant features from the image and associate them with the correct labels. Sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis aims to determine the sentiment or emotion expressed in a piece of text. For example, given a dataset of labeled customer review as a positive or negative, a supervised learning model can be trained to analyze new text and prediction the sentiment. This can be useful for automatically categorizing feedback, monitoring social media sentiment, or analyzing customer review. Medical diagnosis. Supervised learning can be applied in medical diagnosis to predict disease or condition based on patient data. The model can be trained and data set includes patient attributes. Example, age, gender, symptoms, and corresponding diagnosis. By learning from this labeled data, the model can make prediction about the likelihood of a particular disease or condition when present with new patient data. Stock price prediction. Predicting stock prices is a challenging task, but supervised learning can be used to develop models that attempt to forecast future stock price based on historical data. The model can be trained on dataset containing stock price data, along with various financial indicators and market trends. By learning from this historical data, the model can attempt to predict future stock prices. That the explanation of the example of supervised learning. That number one, email spam detection. In this example, the goal is to classify email as either spam or not spam. The model is trained on a data set of labeled email where each email is associated with correct label spam or not spam. The two, image classification. Image classification involves assign a label to an image based on its content. For instance, given a dataset of image with labeled categories. Sentiment analysis aim to determine the sentiment or emotion expressed in a piece of text. For example, given a dataset of available customer review as positive or negative. Medical diagnosis. medical diagnosis. Supervised learning can be applied in medical diagnosis to predict disease or condition based on patient data. The model can be trained on a dataset that includes patient attributes. And the last one, stock price prediction. Stock price prediction is predicting stock prices is a challenging task, but supervised learning can be used to develop models that attempt forecast future prices based on historical data. That's the material that I can give from the artificial intelligence. Thank you for watching. If there mistake or about the artificial intelligence of supervised learning and unsupervised learning. If there is a word error, please forgive me. Thank you for your attention and good evening.